I have been ridiculed in public, I've been followed, and I have felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anyone. For a company to hire a trans person and then not publicly stand by them is worse, in my opinion, than not hiring a trans person at all.
Dylan Mulvaney is detailing her experience amid the Bud Light controversy. Back in April, the trans activist shared a sponsored Instagram post featuring a can of Bud Light with an image of her face on it that she said was sent to her in celebration of the first anniversary of her transition. Now, in an emotional June 29th video, Dylan opens up about the ensuing fallout, which included transphobic comments aimed at the 26-year-old, as well as boycotts of the brand from conservative customers.
I took a brand deal with a company that I loved, and I posted a sponsored video to my page. And it must have been a slow news week, because the way that this ad got blown up, you would have thought I was like on a billboard or on a TV commercial or something major, but no.
She then explains why it took her so long to publicly speak out about what happened.
I'm bringing it up because what transpired from that video was more bullying and transphobia than I could have ever imagined. And I should have made this video months ago, but I didn't. And I was scared, and I was scared of more backlash, and I felt personally guilty for what transpired. So I patiently waited for things to get better. But surprise, they haven't really. And I was waiting for the brand to reach out to me, but they never did.
Next, Dylan dives into what she's experienced personally in the months after posting the ad.
For months now, I've been scared to leave my house. I have been ridiculed in public. I've been followed. And I have felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And I'm not telling you this because I want your pity. I am telling you this because if this is my experience from a very privileged perspective, know that it is much, much worse for other trans people. For a company to hire a trans person and then not publicly stand by them is worse, in my opinion, than not hiring a trans person at all, because it gives customers permission to be as transphobic and hateful as they want. And the hate doesn't end with me. It has serious and grave consequences for the rest of our community. And you know, we're customers too. I know a lot of trans and queer people who love beer. And I have some lesbian friends who could drink some of those haters under the table.
E! News has reached out to Bud Light for comment and has not heard back. The California native's call-out comes one day after Brendan Whitworth, the CEO of the brand's parent company, Anheuser-Busch, addressed the controversy surrounding Dylan's sponsored post on CBS Mornings.
It's been a challenging few weeks, and I think the conversation surrounding Bud Light has moved away from beer, and the conversation has become divisive. And Bud Light really doesn't belong there. Bud Light should be all about bringing people together.
When asked if he could go back, whether or not he would still send Dylan the Bud Light can, Brendan said this.
Knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail. It's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer.
And when asked if sending the can to Dylan was, quote, a mistake, he answered,
Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998. So that's 25 years. And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades.